Good day, YouTube. Today I'm going to be going over my artifact deck from Magic the Gathering. It's mostly colorless with a little bit of blue mixed in there. Some islands. Alright, let's get to it. Creatures first. Steel Overseer. The tap, put a +1/+1 counter on each artifact creature you control. This is one of the primary cards for this deck. Does really well. As you'll see, I'll have multiple copies of that. Stone Coil Serpent. Rather strong card. Reach, trample, and protection for multicolor. Proves fairly effective. And another Steel Overseer. Just added this recently. Karn, Scion of Urza. I haven't got to play test it with the Karn in it yet, but I think it's going to be pretty strong. Hedron Scrabbler. Keep a couple of walls around for a little bit of turtling and some defense. Scrap Traveler. Trowler. Consulate Skygate, another defender. Help with those pesky flying creatures. Another Steel Overseer. Patchwork Automaton. Nice +1/+1 for each artifact spell. Can't argue with that in an artifact deck. Another Roving Keep. A Foreboding Statue. Yeah, we'll flip that for you so you can see the other side real quick. That's what it turns into. Good for mana generation. Keep that curve right. Mind Link Mech. I like the vehicles in it. They seem to help. Chief of the Foundry. Obviously, artifact creatures you control get +1/+1. Great to have in there. And this helps with some of the bigger vehicles. This is the true ramp card, though, for this deck. Mecha Titan Core. And there is the token of the Mecha Titan that is brought out with that. I love those. Walking Skyscraper. Can get this out for pretty cheap. Hangerback Walker. Another vehicle. Helps me create pilots on top of that, so for the other vehicles it's really helpful. Yeah, there are some planes in here. I forgot about that. Should have mentioned that earlier. More Pilot Creation. Runaway Trash Pot. Just in case I'm getting stomped and all my creatures are going into the graveyard. Little insurance, I like to call him. Consulate Skygate. And one more Consulate Skygate. Now we'll get into the artifacts. Dollhouse of Horrors. Another good graveyard play card. Like being able to get my artifacts back. Along with the Open the Vaults. Hard to argue with pulling your creatures back out of the graveyard. Tempered Steel. Artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. Great card for this deck. This is just to help keep some of those creatures off of the field. This is just to help with just some token generation, to have some artifact creatures to sacrifice so I can get the Mecha Titan out easier. And good for mana. Don't use the exile target card from the graveyard too much unless I'm playing against a black deck where they're constantly pulling creatures back out of the graveyard. Another Psychic Barrier. One more Psychic Barrier. That art is really cool. It's kind of wicked. One more Honored Heirloom. Another Tempered Steel. One more Psychic Barrier. Honored Heirloom. One more Honored Heirloom. Another Tempered Steel. Brilliant Restoration. Another pulling those artifacts back out of the graveyard. It's just kind of filler, but it's fun to do sometimes. Now let's get into these lands. Tranquil Cove. A little bit of life gain. Nice art too. Kabir Crossroads. More life gained. Vivid Creek. And 1 mana of any color. I mean, I've got enough mana to cover and Honored Heirlooms and everything, but it's always good to have extra color options. Mech Hanger. Power Depot. Another Power Depot. Kabir Crossroads. Another Tranquil Cove. One more Vivid Creek. And a lot of these are duplicates, but they're good lands, so it's hard to argue with them. Tranquil Cove. Another Power Depot. Be 2 Kabira Crossroads coming up here. Just throw a card on the floor. That's not good. Don't like doing that. Another Skybridge Towers. Look at that foil. The foils are so nice. Razor Tide Bridge. And the last two cards are more Mech hangers. Oh, and that is my artifact deck, my robot and Mech deck. Gotta love the robots. Alright, everybody. So that is it for that deck. I appreciate the view, and like, subscribe, comment, and hit that little notification bell down in the corner. Thank you all. Have a great day.